guys. I hope everybody's having an amazing Saturday morning. So, guys, today I want to do something a little different because a lot of times you don't necessarily know what you're doing incorrectly unless somebody tells you. And social media is such a copy and paste world that a lot of times we're doing things because we think other people are doing those things and they may have a totally different reason, a totally different target, a totally different message, a totally different strategy than you have, which is why they're doing what they're doing on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Periscope, Twitter. It doesn't matter. And so today we're going to be talking about some of the fatal flaws you're making on these social media platforms. And don't get me wrong, everybody makes mistakes. I'm not saying anybody is perfect. What I am saying is that if you're not making money on social media, if you're not getting clients on social media, if your brand is not growing on social media, more than likely you're making some of these fatal flaws. And that's what I want to talk about today. Which number one is you don't have a profit plan. That's really number one. And next week, I'm going to be introducing my 8th annual called Red, White, and Green, which is our Independence Day profit planning session. When you don't have a profit plan, you don't have GPS, right? So you don't have anything to hold you accountable to the consistency that is required for you to make money online. If you make some, great. If you don't make some, great. And so a lot of you are out there on social media, but you're not making money on social media. And because you don't have a profit plan that tells you you're failing, you're living in denial. Well, coach, I post on social media every day. Yeah, but do you get a client every day? Well, coach, I'm on social media every day, but what are you doing when you're on social media? Are you floating through, liking everybody's pictures, watching video? I mean, anybody can be on social media, but being on social media and having a strategy where you're going to make money on social media is two different things. And to me, good morning, Natural Beauty, to me, having a profit plan and having a social media strategy go hand in hand. Because first you got to know what you want to make. And then you got to know how you're going to make it. I can guarantee you 80% of you do not have a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or yearly social media strategy. And I can guarantee you, good morning, Keith, I can guarantee you that 80% of you don't have a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or yearly profit plan. They go hand in hand. And so you may be saying to yourself, and if you haven't shared this broadcast, make sure you do, because business owners, you got to stop starting in the middle. And what you're doing is you're starting in the middle, saying, I'm going to start a business. But you ain't said how much money you want to make in that business. And you haven't said how you're going to leverage. So I'm going to start me an online business. But you haven't said, I'm going to make X number of dollars in an online business, or you haven't said how you're going to make that money in your business. And so at the end of the day, if you don't have the why, you don't have the how and the how much, then you're just doing something. And that's why we're offering that free women grant to help you really get an education in social media, because it's necessary. You must have an education in social media. You must have an education in digital marketing. If you want to take a look at the grant, bit.ly/freewomenapp2020, time is running out, because when you don't have they said, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. And I know it's a hard message, but if you don't have a map, a GPS of where you're going, how are you going to get there? And when I say a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly social media strategy and profit plan, I mean in writing, I mean, it needs to be a SMART goal. It needs to be specific. It needs to be measurable. It needs to be actionable. It needs to be realistic, and it needs to be time bound. Don't say, I want to grow my social media. So what? On what platform? And what do you define as growth? Because for so long, a lot of us have been misled. And again, if you haven't shared this broadcast, share the broadcast, because a lot of us have been misled that growth is likes and follows. And growth is not okay if you keep the same number of people following you. Growth is revenue. Period. And Queen Beasley, I'm going to tell you, if you think them books are something, let me tell you, get in one of these classes, bit.ly/freewomenapp2020. I promise you're going to leave that class like Superman, feeling like you could see through a brick wall, because what you don't know what you don't know. And it's what you don't know that's keeping you from making money. So a fatal flaw is not having a profit plan for your social media and not having a social media strategy. When you don't have a strategy for social media, I can all but promise you, you're going to squander a bunch of time, not just watching cat videos, but also trying to get clients instead of actually coming away with some. And I'm always amazed at the people and the tactics that they go through to call themselves getting a client. They DM you without shame. And I know that ain't working. They target the wrong people. And I know that ain't working. So at the end of the day, when you really start measuring your results, what you're going to find is you're going to have to get some help to change the results. As long as you stay in denial, you are right. But I hope you don't plan on making any money. Which brings us to fatal flaw on social media number 2. You're not aiming at the right target, or sometimes any target. What I mean by that is social media is super noisy. And the only thing that cuts through the noise on social media is an authentic voice. An authentic voice saying, I know what your problem is. Let me help you resolve it. That's it. The rest is rhetoric and noise. And so if you want to cut beyond the noise on social media, you can't say everybody is my target. You got to identify, and that's something we're going to be helping you in the course, bit.ly/freewomenapp2020. Get your application in today, because we're going to be helping you identify who is your target. Remember, everybody is not your target. And even though, let's just say lotion, anybody with skin. I remember asking a person one time, I said, who's your target? They sold lotion. They say anybody with skin. I said, wow. So you mean to tell me the construction worker, because most lotions have scents. He want to go to work with his big burly friends smelling like lilacs. She said, well, no. I said, okay. And you mean to tell me that somebody whose hands they work with all day, this little lotion I use for my little indoor hands is going to work on a big rough and scuffed up out? Well, no. Well, then everybody is not your target. Stop thinking that you're going to make more money by selling to more people, because you're not. You're being greedy. You're being nonsensical. And until you really filter, and I got to tell somebody that this morning. I looked at their social media and I looked at their webpage and I said, oh my God, you mean to tell me your target is corporate women, entrepreneurs? You want to help them build a better life and a better business. You want to help, girl, come on now. I really feel like the only person capable of giving you all of that help is Jesus. That's the only person you can go to with all your needs. And he can meet all your needs one by one. Girl, if Jesus ain't your coach, and if you're not Jesus, you can't help people with all that stuff. Come on, I'm going to let you, Rose, Stephanie, I'm going to let y'all weigh in because I know I'm not tripping.
Coach, I just love you.
I know I'm tripping, Rose.
No, Coach, we can't do it all. You can't fix the foot that's turned backwards or the nail that's broke off. You gotta make the priorities. And without that roadmap, that guide to get you to where you are, you just gonna keep spinning your wheels and running on that hamster wheel. You're gonna get tired. You go sit down, you go throw your hands up, you go try to turn that foot back around, it ain't gonna work.
Even doctors.
Yeah.
Even doctors don't try to solve it all.
They have doctors.
Lawyers have lawyers. Friends, she was having some medical difficulties. They sent her to about 5 different doctors to try to figure it out. Mm-hmm. A dermatologist, a rheumatologist, an ophthalmologist, a gynecologist. All them ologists solve different problems.
That's right. And there's a reason for that.
Go to a doctor. So the same way people are, girl, it's the same with anything with a mechanic. You got brake check, you got discount tire, you got places that specialize in transmissions, you got people that specialize in body work. So what makes you the end all be all? I don't know. Stephanie, what do you think makes people do that?
They're lost, Coach. You started off earlier saying people don't know what they don't know. And so they're shooting in the dark and they're thinking they're getting it and that they really understand because they've researched and because they've read something or they're watching someone, but they're not under wise counsel. They haven't hired a coach. They haven't gotten in a community. They're not networking to try to really do this right. And it's almost like, when you're traveling, when you go on vacation, there's usually one destination, right? You might do some sightseeing, but you only have one destination.
Or you may stop some places on the way.
Right. That's good. That's right. And you know what? But also, Coach, they may get lucky and stumble into about 4 or 5 figures and think that they've done something. Then they plateau and can't figure out what is it I'm doing wrong. So they keep doing that same thing that got them to that 4 or 5 figures, but they can't get past it. That's when you need to get you some wise counsel. You can't see the box you're in. You're sitting in a nice, pretty frame, but you can't see that you in the picture. You can't see outside if you sitting in the frame.
And that's one of the first things we do in these courses is really filter down who you're talking to. See, a lot of people say, I got a problem with my social media. The problem is not your social media. The problem is you don't have a strategy, or the problem is your brand doesn't speak to them on social media, or your problem is you don't have a target. Social media in and of itself is not the problem. We talked about that this morning. That may be the symptom, is that you're not getting clients on social media, but that is not
the root.
The ailment. That's not the root. The root is something else. You got to remember, people want to feel special. People want to feel wanted. People want to feel like you're here to serve them, and you're not serving 1,000 other types of people at the same time. And these next two, promoting yourself too much and not promoting yourself enough. A double-edged sword, because promoting yourself too much, people may say, well, you go live too much. There's no such condition as going live too much. But what are you saying when you go live? If I go live and I'm teaching 6 times a day like I am now and giving people information that they wouldn't know otherwise, and then saying, if you want more help, go to bit.ly/freewomenapp2020 and sign up for one of our grants, which is actually real, then it's never too much. But if I'm going live just saying bit.ly/freewomenapp2020, I'm just saying the link over and over, good morning, Denise, then I'm shamelessly promoting, and nobody's going to want to come to those broadcasts. Likewise, the mass majority of you do not promote enough the right ways. You say things like, I don't like to go live. Well, hell, do you like to eat? Because last time I checked, one of the best way to get clients was going live. So when you're in business, you got to take away what you like and what you don't like and run your business. If you don't want to go live, then you need to hire some videographers to create you some video campaigns. But you got to understand, you can't say I'm too shy and then forget that the real reason you're on social media in the first place is to get clients. So eventually, if you don't, excuse me, if you don't tell somebody what it is you do, if you don't invite people to events, if you don't tell people how you solve a problem, then how are you going to generate revenue? You're just there. You're just part of the noise that's going on social media. So you got to make the choice between, am I promoting myself too much or not promoting myself enough? And when you really learn social media, you'll know that there's really no way to promote yourself too much of the right way. Stephanie, Rose?
It's like your commercial. You are the commercial for your business. You got to look at brick and mortars. You got to look at when you turn on the TV, what do you see all day, every day? I don't even watch TV that much because I get sick and tired of seeing stuff talking at me. But however, when you're running a business, you're running a business. You've got to promote yourself. You got to promote your services. You got to promote your products. Like Coach said, no one's going to know what you do, how you do it, and who you serve.
So it's not spammy. So it's not salesy. So people come back and watch you. So people will refer you so that you build trust. You're credible. It's a lot that goes into it.
It really is.
There's a thin line between the right way
and the wrong
way.
And the wrong way. And something else you said, Coach, about people thinking you go live too much. When you watch TV, for those that watch TV, and you watch the news doesn't just come on one time a day. You got all different time cycles because there's always a different audience watching, and everybody doesn't see the same thing at the same time. So that's why you have to be relevant. And like you said, not salesy and spammy, but providing value to what it is that you want people to learn from you. It's about service. It's about serving people. It's not about selling people. It's about serving them.
But you got to show up to serve.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
and I see so many businesses who are literally absent on their social media and posting your trip to the beach and posting your shoes and posting your new hairstyle. That's not enough.
That's for your personal page.
No, it can be on your business page because everything on your business page shouldn't be sales. But at what point are you going to make an offer? At what point are you going to get them on the phone? At what point are you going to have a conversation with them about, I'm the person to solve your needs? It's like going in a doctor's office. There's magazines there and all this other trappings. But when you get to that doctor's office, you got to talk about what your problem is. And you know beyond a shadow of a doubt what problem you're there to solve. And we don't do that as business owners. We don't show up and say, this is what I do. And make it so crystal clear that people have no doubt. It really boils down to, you got to stop trying to build a business by yourself. And what you don't know is one of the things that's causing you to lose your confidence, because you're like, well, coach, I'm posting and I'm going live and I'm this and that, and I'm still not getting clients, but you haven't done the baseline. You got to really understand who your client is and why, if at all, they would spend money with you.
It's a lot that goes into that component right there. That's a foundational piece for sure. And it's not that cut and dry like you think. I mean, you can be drilling down on that for a minute.
Well, guys, again, we're hosting open interviews this weekend for the Free Women Grant Project. One of those projects is to help you rebrand your business. The other one of those products is to help you build a profitable online business. If you're interested, go to bit.ly/freewomenapp2020. Don't miss the chance to get the help and support of a lifetime. I'm not going to stay before you long this weekend because I got a ton of client issues to work on. Stephanie, Rose, anything you want to add in closing?
Just to thank the people for joining us, and go to bit.ly/freewomenapp2020 and get your opportunity. Take this opportunity to at least have a conversation and to get an interview, because you don't know what you don't know. Trust me. Trust me when I say it.
And if you're that struggling business owner, or you're new, you're looking to start a business because you've realized through everything that has happened in the world today, that it's time for you to start taking care of you, your family, and building that legacy and creating and generating some wealth, that you need to make sure that you're connected with the community and that you have a coach that will walk you through so that you don't make these mistakes. These internet streets can be a dangerous travel. The journey is hard, but you can easily navigate as long as you're following someone that has done it before and has the receipts to prove it and has the success record. You can't go out there and try to follow any and everybody.
That's it, Stephanie, the receipts to prove it.
Mm-hmm. And so that, she's giving you all of these nuggets. I mean, these are real nuggets, y'all. This is what we learn in class.
These nuggets came out of a paid training.
Right.
These nuggets that I'm talking to you guys about this morning, they came out of a training where like 150 people paid to attend. And I always like to do that because I always want to see who's watching and who's paying attention and who's actually applying what they're learning.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, bit.ly/freewomenapp2020. Don't miss the opportunity to move your business into a brand this year. We'll talk to you later today.